amounted to 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2018.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikunle Amosun.
Buhari appoints Ifedayo Adetifa new NCDC Director General. Guinea opposition leader Diallo welcomes coup against Condé. Taliban claim to have taken Panchayat Valley. Naira weakens to 532 per dollar despite rising forex reserves. Beat Cape Verde, get 20 million. Air Peace Boss tells Eagles. You're welcome to Celebration Television News Desk. My name is Akosele Nicholas Walter. Please stay with us as we bring you details of the news after the short break. Welcome back. Many thanks for joining us right now. Now the news in details. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointment of Dr. Ifedayo Morayo Adetifa as the new Director General of Nigeria's Center for Disease Control. Adetifa replaced Chikwe Ihekwezu, who was recently appointed as Assistant Director General of the global health body World Health Organization. A statement issued by Garba Shehu, Senior Special Assistant to the President, also said the President approved the setting up of a Health Sector Reform Committee. The committee, headed by Vice President Yemi Osibanjo as chairman, is expected to commence the development and implementation of a program for Nigeria in collaboration with the state governments and the FCT administration. Adetifa obtained his medical degree at the University of Ilorin, Kwara State, and trained in pediatrics and child health at Lagos University Teaching Hospital. He also received the fellowship of the West African College of Physicians in Pediatrics in 2005. The NCDC new board studied epidemiology at the University of Amsterdam, the Netherlands, where he bagged his MSc and PhD. Until his appointment, Dr. Ifedayo Morayo Adetifa was an associate professor of infectious diseases epidemiology at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. Moving forward quickly, ASU fresh strike threat causing panic. No agreement yet, says federal government. The federal government of Nigeria has said it is not correct for the Academic Staff Union of Universities to accuse it of failing to implement the agreement it signed with the union. It said there was a process through which decisions on such issues were taken, and that process had not been followed through as far as the agreement being referred to by ASU was concerned. The Minister of Labor and Employment, Chris Ngige, who disclosed these in an interview with one of a correspondent while reacting to the fresh ultimatum recently issued by ASU, accused the union of causing panic. The union gave the government till last Tuesday to implement the pact, or it will activate the procedure of embarking on a strike. The president, ASU, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, said the federal government must do what it agreed to do. The minister said such an agreement must pass through his ministry end up at the Federal Executive Council, where a final decision will be reached on it. The minister accused the union of always issuing strike threats to cause panic among the populace. And quickly, in another development, we have minister tax workers on improved electricity generation distribution. The newly appointed Minister of Power, Abubakar Aliyu, has called on all members of staff of the ministry to remain dedicated to productivity in the power sector. Aliyu made the call during his assumption of office in Abuja. The minister stated his mandate was to ensure that the sector succeeded and solicited for the cooperation of all stakeholders to achieve the objective. He said he wants their titles to be translated to the generation, transmission, and distribution of power to Nigerians. That is when their titles will make more meaning. Otherwise, a time will come when they will be ashamed of the titles. He enjoined everyone from the permanent secretary to the lowest on the ladder to be dedicated and committed to the task ahead. And quickly, we have news coming from around Africa. Guinea opposition leader Diallo welcomes coup against Condé. Soldiers were still manning roadblocks in Conakry Monday, and some roads remain cut off to civilian traffic as the military spent its first full day in charge of Guinea. In a press conference on Monday, opposition leader Cellou Diallo said he was willing to work with the junta, a major endorsement from the political class for coup leader Mamadi Doumbouya. But the West African faces major political uncertainty regardless. Alpha Condé had only been re-elected for a third presidential term last November. The military has not revealed a broader plan for governing the country other than an announcement to replace regional governors with military commanders. Some fear that a coup will mark the return of military rule to Guinea, a country that's no stranger to volatility. Mamadi Doumbouya, a former French army officer, cited poverty and corruption as justification for his coup. And still coming from around Africa, Libyans react to release of Said Gaddafi from prison. Residents of the capital, Tripoli, questioned the timing of the release of Saidi Gaddafi, a son of Libya's late dictator Muammar Gaddafi, who was overthrown and killed in 2011 uprising, and praised the Libyan judiciary for basing its decision on justice and integrity. Saidi, the strongman's third son, now aged 47, was known for his playboy lifestyle and briefly played as a professional footballer in Italy. But others supported decisions by the authorities to set Saidi free. Another of Gaddafi's son, Saif al-Islam, was released from detention in 2017 and is rumored to be preparing a bid for the presidency. We'll go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll bring you updates from Asia. Do stay with us.
This September, don't lose sight of the victory ahead, for the Lord is mighty to save.
I prophesy as you hear the sound of my voice. Anyone that is offering sacrifices, cutting the necks of animals to see that your glory goes down, let the ground demand their blood.
September to Remember 2021 with Apostle Johnson and Dr. Lizzie Suleiman.
September to Remember is September 8 to 10, and the theme is Mighty to Save.
The Lord is present.
Papa, there is another miracle here. This lady has chronic schizophrenia for 8 years. A severe chronic mental disorder that does not go easily. As soon as you laid hands upon her, her reasoning became clear. She knows where she is, she knows where she came from, and she can speak clearly to the glory of God. Madam, what's your name?
Kate.
Where are you from, Bob? How are you now?
Fine.
Healed from 8 years schizophrenia, totally healed to the glory of God.
Thank you, Jesus.
Theme, Mighty to Save. Date, 8 to 10 September 2021. And on the 12th, Nativity Sunday at the International Worship Center, Kilometer 132, Benino Kene Abuja Expressway, Auchi, Edo State, Nigeria. The time is 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. daily. For inquiries, please call +234 806 464 6180. Enough is enough.
You're welcome back. And now, updates from Asia. Taliban claim to have taken Panjshir Valley. The Taliban have declared victory over the province of Panjshir, northeast of the capital Kabul, and the final pocket of territory which has remained outside via rule. The group posted footage online of their fighters raising the flag there on Monday. Resistance fighters, however, said they were still present in all strategic positions and continue to fight. Their leader has called for a national uprising against the Taliban, and Ahmad Massoud, leader of the National Resistance Front of Afghanistan, blamed the international community for legitimizing the Taliban and giving them military and political confidence. The Taliban took control of the rest of Afghanistan 3 weeks ago, seizing the capital Kabul on 15th August following the collapse of the Western-backed government. It comes nearly 20 years after U.S. forces led an invasion to topple the Taliban. Panjshir, a rugged mountain valley, is home to between 150,000 and 200,000 people. It was a center of resistance when Afghanistan was under Soviet occupation in the 1980s and during the Taliban previous period of rule between 1996 and 2001. More updates coming from the United Kingdom's Prime Minister to unveil overhaul of sector in England. Boris Johnson will vow to end catastrophic costs for social care users in England when he sets out long-awaited reform proposals later. The Prime Minister will announce the plans to Member of Parliament alongside long-term funding arrangements to help the NHS respond to COVID pandemic. He's expected to bridge election promises and raise national insurance by about 1.25% point. Some Tory Member of Parliament and Labour have said this is the wrong way to cover the cost. It is widely accepted that major changes are needed to the social care system, which helps older and working-age disabled people with day-to-day tasks such as washing, dressing, eating, and medication. A 1.25% point increase to NI would mean someone on a £30,000 salary will pay an additional £255 per year. The Prime Minister is due to present his plans to the Cabinet on Tuesday morning before setting out the details and a statement to the Commons. He will then join Chancellor Rishi Sunak and Health Secretary Sajid Javid for a press conference later in the day. Downing Street said 1 in 7 people now pays more than £100,000 for their care, and said the system can lead to spiraling cost. It has been suggested that Tuesday's announcement will also allocate cash to increase hospital capacity in England to 110% of its current level. However, reports the Prime Minister will raise Northern Ireland a tax paid by workers and employers to cover costs has sparked a backlash from conservatives. We'll go straight now to business news. See how Naira weakens to 532 per dollar despite rising forex reserves. The Nigerian currency weakened further against the dollar at the parallel market despite the rise in the country's foreign exchange reserves. The forex reserves, which fell to a record low of $33.09 billion on July 12, have risen to the highest level in more than 3 months. Reports had it that the Naira plunged to a fresh record low of 530 against the dollar amid the lingering scarcity of forex in the country. The value of the Naira falls further to 532 per dollar at the parallel market on Monday. The local currency has lost more than 5% of its value since August 4th, when it closed at 506 Naira per dollar. The Naira dipped to 723 against the British pound sterling at the parallel market from 722 per pound on Friday, while the euro rose to 625 Naira from 622 Naira. The Naira had strengthened to 506 Naira per dollar on August 4th after plunging to 525 per dollar at the parallel market on July 28, a day after the Central Bank of Nigeria stopped foreign exchanges sales to bureau the change. The Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Mr. Godwin Emefiele had on July 27th, at the end of a Monetary Policy Committee meeting, announced the stoppage of forex sale to the BDCs, saying they had turned themselves into agents that facilitates graft and corrupt activities of people who seek illicit fund flow and money laundering in Nigeria. And still on business news, NNPC to begin sale of shares in 2024, says INQUIRY. The Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Mele Kyari, has said that the earliest the corporation can issue its initial public offer to investors is in the next 3 years. The announcement is one of the outcomes of a Petrol Industry Act recently signed under state-owned corporation in the global market. Speaking on the impact of the PIA on the NNPC, Kyari said the corporation will now be operated in line with the Companies and Allied Act. However, he stated that NNPC may not be able to offer its shares to the public by 2022 or 2023 due to certain bottlenecks that had lingered over the years. It was reported that the corporation declared a profit of 287 billion naira in 2020, the first time the oil giant declared in 44 years. Kyari has stated the profit fell far below the NNPC's potential. We'll go on a short break. We'll come back. We'll bring you sport news. Do stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
Get ready.
August 7th to 29, that witch must die.
Command your day in the atmosphere of intense supplication. See your evidence. Carry your miracles in wonders without number against addition.
God told me that the theme of the whole 23-day prayer is that witch must die. We are going to be praying against witchcraft. You are going to see prayers from scriptures that will blow your mind. Witchcraft must end.
Wonders without number with Apostle Johnson Suleiman against addition. That which must die. Date 7 through 29th August 2021 by 5 a.m. GMT +1. You can connect live to Celebration TV, Sky Channel 598 and all our social media platforms for a transforming encounter. It's time to kill. Utah.
You're welcome to Sports News. Djokovic beats Brooks B to reach quarterfinal. Novak Djokovic struggled but advanced within 3 matches of completing the first men's singles calendar year Grand Slam in 52 years by outstanding American Jensen Brooksby at the U.S. Open. World number 1 Djokovic rallied past 99th ranked Brooksby 1-6, 6-3, 6-2, 6-2 to book a quarter-final encounter with Italian 6th seed Matteo Berrettini in a rematch of July's Wimbledon final. The 34-year-old Serbian star would become the first man since Rod Laver in 1969 to sweep all 4 major titles in the same year by capturing his 4th career U.S. Open crown. Djokovic also seeks a men's singles record 21st Slam trophy, which will boost him one ahead of Big Three rivals Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal, both absent with injuries. An epic shock has seemed possible when Brooksby, a 20-year-old American wild card who hadn't played Djokovic before, broke in the 2nd and 6th games and fired a service winner to claim the first set in 29 minutes. Djokovic broken in the 2nd game of the 2nd set, but was broken in an electrifying 20 minutes 5th game, netting a backhand on Brooksby's 6-brick chance as the American raised his arms and jumped for joy. In all, Djokovic won 15 of the last 20 games after the marathon broken serve, rolling a victory in the stamina test after 2 hours and 59 minutes. In another sports news quickly, beat Cape Verde, get 20 million naira. Airpeace boss tells Eagles. Wow, interesting. Chairman of Airpeace, Alin Onyema, has promised the Super Eagles 20 million naira if they beat Cape Verde in their 2022 World Cup qualifier on today. Onyema made the promise as the Eagles boarded their flight for their game at Midelo from the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. Report had it that Airpeace signed a deal worth 300 million naira with the Nigerian Football Federation last Wednesday. The Airpeace chairman urged the Eagles players to give their best and do the country proud. Onyema said if they win the match, he's going to give them 20 million naira on arrival, stating that he will bring the money cash and hand it over to them at the moment they land at the airport. And that has actually brought us to the end of the news on Celebration Television News Desk. In case you missed out, here's the news headlines recap. Buhari appoints Ifedayo Adetifa new NCDC Director General. Guinea opposition leader Diallo welcomes coup against Kunde. Taliban claim to have taken Panchayu Valley. Naira weakens to 532 per dollar despite rising forex reserves. Beat Cape Verde, get 20 million naira. Airpeace boss tells Eagles. And quickly, we have photo of the day right now. You see somebody up there, somebody seated. The one up there is actually jubilating. The one seated is sad. What does that tell us? Happiness depends on your attitude, not on what you have. Yes, do not base your happiness on what you have. Let it be an attitude, okay? And you can drop your comment on social media platform on Facebook, Celebration TV, Instagram, My Celebration TV, Twitter, at My Celebration TV, YouTube, Celebration TV. Always remember that your positive contribution to the wellness of a society you find yourself or the organization you work defines your leadership mind. As an individual who knows what to do and do without expecting to be pushed has backed his ways to success. Be it known today that everything we do, think, feel, and believe either has a positive or negative effect on humanity and our national well-being. Be a part of nation building today. Thank you once again for staying with us on our news desk. I remain Nicholas Akosele Walter. Great day ahead. To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing AIM of committing a gross offence.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikule Amosu.